All right, so get this. We're diving deep today into some seriously cool AI stuff. You know how everyone's talking about large language models, those LLMs?
Yeah.
Well, they're behind all kinds of things, like those chatbots that are getting so good.
Hmm.
But what if we could make them think even deeper, like really solve complex problems?
That's exactly what this new research is all about.
Oh, this is going to be good.
It really is.
So tell me more.
It's a paper called Evolving Deeper LLM Thinking, and it just came out like this week.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
January 20th, 2025 to be exact.
Okay.
Lead author is Kwong-Wei Lee from Google DeepMind.
Ah, DeepMind, they're always pushing the boundaries.
Right.
So, okay, their big idea is this thing called mind evolution.
Mm-hmm.
When I hear that, I kind of picture like some sort of AI boot camp,
Yeah.
where ideas are battling it out to be the best.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that's not a bad way to think about it.
Really?
Yeah. So instead of just taking whatever an LLM spits out, like the first thing it comes up with,
Right.
they actually generate a ton of potential solutions first.
Okay, so it's like a brainstorming session, but on steroids.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like a supercharged brainstorming session.
And then what happens?
Things get really interesting.
Oh, I bet.
So the LLM itself actually acts as the judge.
Wait, what?
Yeah. It picks the best ideas from that huge pool.
Okay.
And it can even merge them together, kind of like a superpowered editor.
So the LLM is like creating and judging its own ideas at the same time?
Exactly. And here's the really cool part.
What's that?
It all happens in natural language.
Natural language. Why is that a big deal?
Well, it means the system is way more flexible than those old school methods.
So I'm guessing the old way was just like picking the least bad option from a bunch of LLM outputs?
Pretty much. You might get a decent answer that way,
Yeah.
but it wouldn't necessarily be the most creative or the most efficient.
Makes sense.
Mind evolution, though, it's all about exploring a wide range of possibilities first,
Okay.
and then going deep, refining those ideas until they're really sharp.
So it's like combining the best of both worlds.
Exactly. Broad exploration and deep refinement.
I like it. And they actually put this to the test, right? With that travel planner challenge,
Yeah, that's right.
where the LLM has to plan a whole trip based on like a ton of different criteria.
It's not just like booking a flight in a hotel.
Yeah.
We're talking budget limits, must-see attractions, even like what kind of food the person likes.
Oh, wow. So it's really personalized?
Very much so.
And how did mind evolution do?
It pretty much nailed it.
No way.
Almost a perfect score.
Get out of here.
Seriously. Way better than anything we've seen before.
Okay, so it's good at planning trips,
Mhm.
but this could be applied to like any problem where you can actually measure how good a solution is.
Right.
But like not just subjective things,
Right.
but things you can actually quantify.
That's the key.
So it's not just limited to travel planning.
Definitely not. Think about something like scheduling a meeting for a team, for example.
Yeah, that can be a nightmare sometimes.
Totally.
Yeah.
But mind evolution could sort through everyone's calendars, figure out their preferences,
Right.
even anticipate potential conflicts, and then find the best time for everyone to meet.
Oh man, I need this in my life. ASAP. But okay, let's stick with the research for now.
Okay.
So how does this mind evolution thing actually work? Like, what are the steps?
All right. So first things first.
Yeah.
You got to create a diverse pool of solutions.
Okay, so that's like the starting lineup of ideas.
Exactly. And then they use something called a fitness function.
A fitness function.
Mhm.
Is that where the AI gets its workout or something?
I like that.
Okay, seriously though, what is it?
Think of it like a scoring system.
Okay.
It measures how well each solution meets the goal, like how close it is to hitting a target.
Right.
And the higher the score,
The fitter the solution.
exactly, survival of the fittest.
Makes sense. So the top scoring ideas, they get to move on to the next round.
Right, and that's where it gets even more interesting.
Oh, lay it on me.
They use a process that's actually inspired by, like, genetic algorithms.
Genetic algorithms, as in like DNA and stuff.
Kind of like breeding champion racehorses.
But for ideas.
Exactly. They take the best parts of different solutions
Okay.
and combine them to create even stronger ones.
That's pretty wild.
And just like in nature,
Yeah.
they add a little bit of randomness to the mix.
Oh, like mutations.
Exactly. To keep things fresh
Yeah.
and prevent the solutions from getting stuck in a rut.
I'm starting to see how this is way more sophisticated than just picking the best of a bunch of random outputs.
It really is. They even use something called an island model.
An island model. Okay, now I'm lost.
So basically, it's a way to make sure there's a ton of variety in the solutions.
Okay.
It's like having multiple teams brainstorming independently and then bringing their best ideas together later on.
Ah, I get it. So it prevents everyone from thinking the same way.
Exactly. Diversity is key for innovation, right?
For sure. Oh, you mentioned something about textual feedback earlier. Uh-huh.
What was that about? Like, does the AI get a pep talk or something?
Uh-huh. Not quite a pep talk.
But close.
So during the refining process, the LLM actually gets specific feedback
Okay.
on why a solution is good or bad.
So it's not just about a score.
Right.
It's about understanding the reasoning behind it.
Yes, exactly. The LLM learns the nuances of the problem.
It's like a coach explaining to an athlete why a certain technique works better,
Yeah.
not just telling them to jump higher.
Perfect analogy. It helps the LLM to actually learn and improve.
Not just blindly guess.
Exactly. It's about understanding, not just trial and error.
Okay, I'm really starting to see the power of this approach.
Yeah.
So we've covered how it works.
Uh-huh.
But where could this be used beyond just trip planning and scheduling meetings?
Well, that's where things get really interesting.
Oh, I can't wait to hear this.
The paper hints at some pretty wild possibilities.
Like what?
Oh, just revolutionizing entire industries.
Wait, seriously?
Yeah.
Tell me everything. Okay, well, first of all, imagine a world where your online learning is truly personalized. Like Mind Evolution could actually help create a custom curriculum for you,
Oh, that's interesting.
one that adapts to your learning style and goals.
Okay, so it's like having an AI tutor,
Exactly.
but one that knows exactly how you learn best.
Yeah, it's kind of like those personalized music playlists,
Oh, I see.
but for knowledge instead of songs.
That's a cool analogy. What else? What other industries could this revolutionize?
Okay, well, think about project management for a second.
Project management.
Yeah, Mind Evolution could analyze deadlines, budgets, all those resources,
Right.
even potential risks.
Oh, so it can help you avoid those last-minute disasters.
Exactly. And create those super efficient plans,
So instead of constantly putting out fires,
right?
project managers could focus on the bigger picture, be more strategic.
I like the sound of that.
It takes a lot of the guesswork out of it. It doesn't stop there.
Really. There's more.
Oh, yeah. Imagine using Mind Evolution to optimize, like, financial portfolios. Okay, now you're talking my language.
Right. So it could analyze market trends, economic indicators,
All that stuff.
and your own risk tolerance, too.
So it's not just generic advice.
No, it's tailored to you.
And then it creates a personalized investment strategy. That's like having a personal financial advisor,
Exactly.
but one that works 24/7.
And never takes a vacation. And let's not forget about marketing.
Oh, right, marketing.
Yeah.
How could AI help with that?
Well, think about creating those highly targeted campaigns.
Okay.
Mind Evolution could analyze all that customer data.
Right, all that data companies collect about us.
And then it could craft messages and offers that are personalized.
So instead of those generic ads that everyone sees,
Mhm.
you'd get something that's actually relevant to you.
Exactly. More effective, too.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're talking about potentially revolutionizing entire industries here.
Education, project management, finance, marketing. It seems like there's no limit to what this technology could do.
The potential is huge, but we do have to be realistic.
Oh, right, of course. There are limitations, aren't there?
There are. We're still in the early stages of research.
So it's not all sunshine and roses.
Not quite. We have to consider the downsides, too.
Yeah.
You mentioned programmatic evaluators earlier.
Yeah, what was that all about?
So for Mind Evolution to work its magic, you need a way to automatically measure how good a solution is.
Okay, so it's like a set of rules or criteria
Right.
that the LLM uses to judge the solutions. It's like a judge in a baking competition.
I like that analogy.
They have a specific scoring system,
Uh-huh.
based on taste, texture, presentation, that kind of thing.
Exactly. But the catch is
What's the catch?
you need to be able to define those criteria in a way that the LLM can understand.
So it can't be too vague or abstract.
Right. And that can be tricky for problems that are more complex or subjective.
I see. So, for example, it would be tough to use Mind Evolution to judge, like, the artistic merit of a painting
Yeah, exactly.
or how moving a piece of music is. Those are pretty subjective things.
Definitely. We can't easily program a computer to understand those nuances.
Yeah. Yeah, so they're working on it.
Oh, yeah. They're developing something called LLM-based evaluator.
LM-based evaluators, what are those?
So instead of relying on those pre-programmed rules,
Right.
the LLM itself would actually judge the quality of a solution.
Wait, so it's like the AI is becoming the art critic?
Kind of like that, yeah.
That's wild. So we're talking about AI that can not only generate creative output, but also critique it like a seasoned professional.
Exactly. This could unlock so many more possibilities for Mind Evolution, letting it tackle problems that require creativity, intuition.
Even emotional intelligence.
Right. It's a fascinating area of research, and it's moving so fast. This mind evolution paper is a huge step forward.
It really shows how powerful it can be to combine the strengths of LLMs with these evolutionary algorithms.
Yeah, it's like a whole new way of thinking about problem solving.
Absolutely. But before we get too carried away, let's go back to the research itself. There was something about a refinement through critical conversation process.
Oh yeah, the RCC process.
Can you explain what that is?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So this is actually one of the coolest things about mind evolution.
Okay, I'm intrigued.
It involves prompting the LLM to have like a simulated conversation.
A conversation with itself.
Well, it's more like between two distinct roles,
Okay.
a critic and an author.
Wait, so it's like having two different personalities within the LLM,
You got it.
and they're like arguing with each other.
Uh-huh. In a way, yeah. So the critic is like a quality control expert.
Okay.
It analyzes the proposed solutions,
Oh, yeah.
looking for weaknesses or areas that don't meet the criteria, you know?
So it's like the tough love mentor,
Exactly.
pushing the solutions to be better. Then what? What does the author do?
The author takes that feedback and revises the solution,
Okay.
incorporating the critic's suggestion.
So it's like a writer revising a draft
Yeah,
based on an editor's feedback.
exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And this back and forth happens over and over.
So it's an iterative process,
Right.
leading to a more refined and effective solution each time. And they actually tested this, right?
Yeah, they did some studies where they removed the critic from the process.
Oh, interesting.
And what happened?
The results weren't nearly as good.
So that feedback loop is crucial.
It's like that saying, iron sharpens iron. Even AI needs some tough love to reach its full potential. It's a good reminder that learning and improvement,
Yeah,
they often come from constructive criticism.
whether you're a human or a machine.
Exactly. So we've talked a lot about the potential of mind evolution,
We have.
but are there any, drawbacks or limitations we should be aware of?
That's a good question.
Hmm.
We talked about the evaluation challenge earlier.
Yeah, that's still the biggest hurdle.
Finding ways to evaluate solutions for those more subjective or complex problems.
Right, things like judging art or music.
We can't just program a computer to get it
Yeah.
the way humans can.
Not yet, anyway. But that's what makes this field so exciting, you know? Yeah.
The researchers are constantly pushing the boundaries. They're trying to develop AI that can understand and evaluate things on a much deeper level,
It's pretty mind-blowing to think about where this could lead.
isn't it?
Imagine AI that can not only solve problems, but also understand human creativity and emotion.
It's a fascinating possibility, for sure. And this research on mind evolution, it's a big step in that direction.
It really is. Who knows what the future holds? Well, on that note,
Okay.
let's shift gears a bit and talk about the broader implications of this technology. If you had the chance to use mind evolution yourself,
Uh-huh.
what problem would you tackle?
That's a great question.
Is it?
It really is. It gets to the heart of what makes this technology so compelling, you know? It really makes you think about what's possible, you know?
It does. If I could use mind evolution myself, honestly, I think I'd start small.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. My to-do list is like a constant source of stress.
Uh-huh, I hear that.
Imagine this thing optimizing my day, you
Yeah.
know? Factoring in deadlines, errands, even like how much time I waste scrolling on my phone.
It could probably free up a lot of time for you.
Right. I could finally get everything done.
But the potential goes way beyond just personal productivity, though.
Yeah.
You know, think about challenges on, like, a global scale.
Okay, give me an example.
What if mind evolution could help design more sustainable cities?
Sustainable cities, how could it do that?
It could tackle issues like traffic congestion, pollution, resource management, all that stuff.
Wow, you're thinking big picture.
Well, somebody has to.
I'm still stuck on getting my laundry done on time.
Uh-huh, I get it.
But I see what you mean. The applications could be huge.
Absolutely. Take something like drug discovery, for example.
Drug discovery. Okay, now we're really talking.
Imagine using mind evolution to analyze all that complex biological data
Right.
and design new medications.
So we're talking about potentially like saving lives here.
Exactly. It's not just about making our lives easier. It's about tackling some of humanity's biggest challenges.
It really highlights the power of this technology, yeah. But let's be realistic for a second.
Okay.
We've talked about the potential downsides too. Can we really trust AI to make these kinds of decisions?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
Especially when we're talking about things like healthcare or urban planning.
Yeah, those are high-stakes areas.
Yeah.
And honestly, it's a question we need to keep asking as AI becomes more powerful.
We can't just assume it's always going to be used for good.
Definitely not. The researchers behind mind evolution, though,
Yeah.
they are very aware of these ethical considerations.
Really, that's good to hear.
They emphasize that this technology should be used responsibly.
With careful oversight.
Exactly. It's not about blindly handing over control to the machines.
Right. It's about using AI as a tool
Uh-huh.
to augment human intelligence and decision making. I think that's the key takeaway here.
It is mind evolution. And AI in general, it's not a replacement for human ingenuity.
It's a way to amplify it.
Exactly. To explore those possibilities that we might never have considered on our own.
It's not about humans versus machines.
Right.
It's about finding ways to work together to create a better future.
I couldn't have said it better myself.
Yeah.
This research is just the beginning, though.
Yeah.
It'll be fascinating to see how mind evolution evolves.
And what new possibilities it unlocks in the years to come.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's an exciting time to be following this field.
It really is. Well, I think you've given our listener a lot to think about today.
I hope so.
If you could just sum up the key takeaways of this deep dive,
Okay.
what would they be?
First, mind evolution. It's a powerful new technique that takes LLMs to a whole new level.
It's not just about generating answers anymore.
Right. It's about exploring a wider range of possibilities
Refining those solutions.
and ultimately coming up with better, more creative results.
And second.
Second, while it has this incredible potential in fields like education, healthcare, urban planning, all of that,
Yeah.
it's absolutely crucial that we use this technology responsibly and ethically
We need to be mindful of the implications.
and make sure AI remains a tool for good, for the benefit of humanity. The future of AI, it's still being written,
Yeah, it really is.
and it's up to all of us to ensure it's a future we can all be proud of.
Well said. Well, that's a wrap on our deep dive into mind evolution. I don't know about you, but I'm feeling inspired, a little bit overwhelmed, and definitely curious to see what comes next.
Me too.
If this research has sparked any questions or ideas for you, dear listener, we encourage you to explore further. As always, the journey of knowledge discovery is best when it's shared. Thanks for joining us.